Tom, I know that you keep saying that you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Is there any possibility that you would retire after this last season?
I would say it's pretty unlikely, but yeah, hopefully unlikely.
Brady and Belichick. If the NFL were a monarchy, they were the co-rulers. 6 rings, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 2 decades of dominance. But like all the great empires, cracks started to show.
Do you feel appreciated by them, and do they have the appropriate gratitude for what you have achieved?
I plead the fifth.
Christian Fourier, a former NFLer Patriot, now works in Boston media, came out yesterday and said, Tom's done, and they're done with Tom. New England's done with Tom.
And whether Brady's there or not, what they will not have next year is elite quarterback play. What they will not have next year is high-level quarterback play with or without Tom Brady. When it's over, it's over.
All right, so to all of my basketball fans, the playoffs are heating up. You can feel the intensity. Every game, every bucket, every second of the clock matters. And if you want to take the excitement to the next level, I've teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook to bring you an incredible offer. Right now, new customers who bet just $5 will instantly receive $200 in bonus bets. Yeah, that's right. Bet $5 and you've got $200 in bonus bets to play with. Getting started is really easy. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up, and use my promo code ANOTHERSPORTS to claim your bonus bets today. And if sports betting is not available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have a shot to win cash prizes. So don't just sit on the sidelines. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use my promo code ANOTHERSPORTS, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code ANOTHERSPORTS, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Hey, Tom.
Hi guys, how you doing? You guys staying warm?
Is that happy birthday for you?
Was that happy
Thanks.
birthday?
Yeah, that was.
Tom, you said there was the focus is on this year.
Yep.
It seems like there is some uncertainty for you contractually, at least beyond this year.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
We know Brady wants to play past this season. We know Brady wants to play for the Patriots for the entirety of his career if he can have it his way. And we know Brady has never demanded top of the market money. We know all of those things. And so it then follows to reason that Tom Brady, what he wanted was a real contract extension, not a break-the-bank contract extension, but a real contract extension with some guarantees past this year. And the Patriots, meaning Bill Belichick, flatly refused to give it to him.
The 2019 season began strong for New England, 8-0.
That's a good start. That's a way to play complimentary football for 60 minutes. Really good job.
But it wasn't the same. The offense was limited. Weapons were scarce. The usual spark was gone.
I know good well Tom Brady ain't get 5 turnovers and had 128 yards passing. But everybody wants to believe that Tom Brady is just fine.
When you don't have the confidence of your teammates, you had the confidence in one guy, you're going to start to force the ball to guys. You're going to start throwing interceptions, making bad plays. And yeah, Jason, I'm with you, man. This is probably the end of a dynasty.
Then came the wild card loss to the Titans, a game that felt like a funeral. Not just for the season, but for the Brady-Belichick era.
And then you got to make a tight throw quickly. Tannehill, end zone, touchdown, Tennessee. Ferkser was open, and the backup tight end hauls it in for the score. What a drive to open things for the Titans.
His last throw as a Patriot, a pick 6.
Let's see this run again, Jim. Brady's pass, it's intercepted and returned for a touchdown by Logan Ryan, the former Patriot.
It felt symbolic. Behind the scenes, tensions have been building for years. Belichick's stoic system-first mentality clashed with Brady's need for input, recognition, and yes, some love.
Bill, do you anticipate the Patriots will bring back Tom Brady for the 2020 season?
Right now, we just finished the game, so we're focused on this game, okay?
Brady wanted commitment. Belichick, he wanted control. This break wasn't sudden. It was slow, inevitable, and by the end, undeniable.
Do you see slippage in Tom Brady, or do you see a quarterback that had no weapons and was held accountable for the absence of talent he had available to him?
As great as Tom Brady is, Bill Belichick has a way of treating everybody like this. And if you've had the career that Tom has had, Don't you think you want to taste free agency and everything that comes with it?
What do you think is going to happen with Tom Brady in 2020?
My gut feeling, but it's only a gut feeling, is that he's probably going to play somewhere else.
March 17, 2020, Brady drops a message on Instagram. He's leaving New England.
Breaking news today, legendary New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady leaving the team with which he won 6 Super Bowls.
After 20 unimaginable seasons with the Patriots, Tom Brady is saying goodbye and moving on.
He is ending his 20-year run with the only team he has ever known.
Patriots fans are slowly digesting the news that Tom Brady will no longer be their quarterback.
It was inevitable. All good things must come to an end, right?
In a normal world, this would have shut down literally everything. But in 2020, it was just another headline in a year of chaos.
Viral pneumonia has hit central China's Wuhan city. Authorities have reported 27 cases in total.
It's a new type of coronavirus.
A mystery virus they'd hoped to contain, but one we now know can jump from human to human.
The risk is low in the United States. The risk is low.
Well, tonight has been postponed. You are all safe.
One person with coronavirus in King County, Washington State, has died.
9 Americans now have died.
11 people have died from coronavirus. Tonight, the first containment zone here in America within a 1-mile radius in the New York suburb of New Rochelle.
Yo, this is more serious than I thought it was.
The coronavirus has now entered a devastating new phase.
The U.S. death toll from the virus has surpassed 100 people.
20,000.
More than 46,000.
150,000.
200,000.
400,000 people have now died from COVID-19.
Still, the NFL stopped, and everyone asked, where would he go?
Which destination do you think he has the best shot of winning another Super Bowl and could become, like Peyton Manning, the only other quarterback to have a Super Bowl with 2 different teams?
You know, the teams that I've been hearing, like the Tampa Bay Bucks or maybe the LA Chargers, but if you ask me between the two of them, I like the wide receiver core for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I just don't buy the Chargers. I don't. I have connections to the franchise. I don't buy them. I don't buy Oakland. I don't care that he bought a house there. I don't buy that. I don't buy Miami.
You would think every team would be at his doorstop, right?
And I called my agent and I was like, all right, what's the deal? Like, what are we thinking? He went off a list of teams, right? And there was probably like 7 or 8 teams. And in my mind, I'm like, 7 or 8 teams? Like, there should be like 20 teams.
Interesting time right now. Very interesting time right now. Tom Brady's first choice, everybody thought would be the Titans. They say no. Tom Brady allegedly wanted to go to the 49ers. Chris Sims this weekend, who knows Kyle Shanahan very well, he's saying that the 49ers are out on Tom Brady, sticking with Jimmy G for its near future.
Teams were hesitant. Brady was 43. He wasn't mobile, and he was 43. He came with expectations, and he was 43. But a few teams saw through that. The Chargers, they were one of them. They had just moved into a new LA stadium, and they needed to fill seats. The Raiders, they showed curiosity as well. And then there was Tampa Bay.
So now Tom Brady's either going to the Chargers, the Buccaneers, the Raiders, or the Patriots.
But Tampa Bay, the team with the worst winning percentage in NFL history, that Tampa Bay? Yeah, that Tampa Bay.
I have somebody telling me this morning. In fact, this is very interesting. This is not a football source. It is somebody in Tom's stratosphere that knows Tom. And he says Tampa.
Jeff, this is breaking and coming in as we speak, but we are being told that Tom Brady, barring anything unforeseen, is expected to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Now, there is no signing plan right now, no press conference plan. A lot of people have been wondering if this would come up on the first day of the league year. What we do know is that Tom Brady is expected to be in Tampa with the Buccaneers.
Under the surface, the Bucs were quietly building something. Head coach Bruce Arians was a quarterback whisperer. The roster had elite receivers like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, a scrappy, fast-improving defense, and a front office that was willing to do whatever it takes. Most importantly, they were ready to hand the keys to Brady. No debates, no ego battles, just a franchise saying, help us build this your way. That was all Brady really needed to hear.
Hi, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time today. This is it's an exciting moment for me in my life. Entering something that's obviously very unique to me is it's the first time it's happened in 20 years. So I'm kind of taking it day by day And, the expectation for me is to come in and do what, I feel is, right for the organization. That's to be a great team player. We're in a little different approach, and we have to adjust, that's what happens in football and in life. And that's what my plan is.
The second Brady signed, Tampa changed overnight. Suddenly, the Bucs weren't just a football team. They were a destination, a statement, and a magnet. Gronk came out of retirement. Leonard Fournette signed after getting cut by Jacksonville. And Antonio Brown, yes, that Antonio Brown, rejoined his former quarterback. This was an all-in push, but it wasn't reckless. It was calculated, orchestrated by a guy who had spent 20 years watching how not to waste an opportunity.
Pass is caught. That's Chris Godwin. Brady's going to keep and take it in for the touchdown. Gronkowski, he's got it for the touchdown. Brady's going for the big ball. He's open. Evans for the touchdown on 4th and 3.
Brady didn't just bring talent. He brought culture, expectations, and precision.
Every game that goes by, we're going to gain more and more trust in one another. Great confidence leads to great execution. Great execution leads to winning football.
Despite the tremendous amount of renewed excitement and sky-high expectations for the new Bucs, the regular season was rocky at times. But being realistic about the situation, this Tom Brady was new to everything all over again. New teammates, coaches, plays, schemes, the language. It was all new. But ultimately, they finished 11-5, and Brady threw 40 touchdowns. Literally, almost every stat, he was better than his previous year in New England. The machine, he was warming up. And then January arrived.
First playoff game for Tampa in 13 years. First playoff game for Washington in 5.
Wildcard game, Washington. A surprisingly tough game, but the Bucs, they pulled through.
Leonard Fournette the back on 3rd and 3. Play action, Brady to his second look. It's over to Antonio Brown for the touchdown. How you like that, baby? No, I love that. Get another one.
Divisional round, the Saints in New Orleans. Breeze versus Brady, part 3.
Of course, the question that hangs over this, should New Orleans lose, is it more than the end of the Saints season? Is it the finish to Drew Brees' incredible career? Many in the franchise expect that to be the case.
Context here. The Bucs had already lost to the Saints twice that year. But you know what they say, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row.
Michael Thomas, you see the total yards in the game, 2nd and 8. Brees throws, and he's picked by Devin White. Another turnover, and White picks his way down the sideline. Takeaway number 3 for this Tampa Bay defense. Brady's going to take it. Tom Brady has got the touchdown on the carry from just outside the 1.
The game turned into a swan song for Breeze, and Tampa capitalized on every mistake. NFC Championship, Lambeau Field, Brady versus Rodgers.
Outside of Brady, who obviously this is huge for his career, what needs to happen for the Bucs to upset the Packers?
I think a lot of things have to happen perfectly for them.
At the end of a season unlike any other, it just doesn't get any better than what we're about to see with Aaron Rodgers taking on Tom Brady.
Brady threw 3 touchdowns, and though he tossed 3 picks too, the Bucs defense sealed the deal.
Rodgers moves, throws, pass broken up. Adams a target, well defended. Toss to Godwin. He's got the first down, and this game's over. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady are going to Super Bowl 55.
Tampa, they were going to the Super Bowl, and in their own stadium for the first time in NFL history. Another historical achievement added to the list of achievements by Tom. However, waiting for them, the reigning champs, Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs, the next dynasty.
If Mahomes wins, it's about so many things. Mahomes goes from great to all-timer, top 5. Elway, Marino, Montana, Brady, Manning, Mahomes. For Tom Brady, he wins. Even I'll think a little less of Bill. One team is playing for joy. One player is playing for revenge.
Super Bowl 55. This was supposed to be the coronation of Mahomes. But Brady, he had other plans.
We were in this very booth 10 weeks ago on Thanksgiving Sunday for this matchup. The Chiefs won by a field goal, dropping Tampa Bay to 7-5 at the time.
But Tom Brady, he was learning his team, and he was starting to put his fingerprints all over this offense, and the culture you could see. They started to believe. And in that second half, the last 3 quarters of that game, when they went against the Chiefs, the world champs, they said, we can do this. These two teams, 14-1 since that time.
From the first drive, it was clear. Tampa, they were locked in. Brady was efficient, focused, ruthless. 3 touchdown passes, 0 mistakes.
Announcer jinxes. Here's Brady's pass. It's Gronkowski. Back again. The biggest tandem for touchdowns now in postseason history.
The defense, they hounded Mahomes like a pack of wolves. With a Swiss cheesed up offensive line, he ran for his life. No touchdowns, just 9 points. Total domination.
If he can put that cape on, it's time. It's going to be tough.
3rd and 14. He heaves it. It's knocked away, and on the deflection, it's intercepted. That is Winfield with the pick.
Final score, 31-9.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a 2nd Super Bowl title in franchise history.
Brady would go on to hold up his 7th Lombardi trophy. More than the Steelers, more than the Patriots, more than anyone or any franchise. He did it without Belichick, on his terms. With a team a year previously, no one really saw coming. He proved you could leave the system, that your best days could be after 40, that loyalty is noble, but sometimes freedom is more powerful. Now, let's go back to New England. The Patriots, yeah, they stumbled. Cam Newton or Mac Jones couldn't quite replicate that magic. The dynasty, it was officially over. In Tampa, Brady didn't just win a title. He made the Bucs matter. He made them cool. He made them relevant. See, this wasn't just a sports story. It was a case study in legacy, in control and reinvention. Brady chose sunshine over snow, autonomy over structure. He bet that he still had more to give and more to prove. And ultimately, he was right. The 2020 NFL offseason didn't just shift the league. It cracked open that narrative that one man's greatness depended on another man's blueprint. That's why this wasn't just any summer. This was the summer that changed the NFL forever.
Now, Brady leaves New England, and Belichick is there without a quarterback, and Brady goes somewhere where all they need is a quarterback. I'm still telling you that next year the Patriots will do better than wherever Brady goes because it was always more Belichick than Brady.